Hey Sally, are you there? I just wanted to thank you for packing my lunch today. You know, thanks to you, everyone at the office is always jealous of what I'm eating.
Thank you for saying that, Lawrence. I'm sorry that I couldn't do more for your lunch today.
What are you talking about? I think you did it great. I just feel lucky to have a wife who's willing to pack my lunches. I remember when I was eating things from the grocery store on my lunch break, and this is way better.
Yeah, I can imagine how you might get bored eating out every single time for lunch. But just let me know if you ever do want to buy your lunch instead, and I'll be sure not to pack a lunch for you that day. After all, I'm sure you get bored of my cooking now and then.
It's not that I get bored of your cooking, but sometimes there are office outings and lunches and other stuff. I'll be sure to let you know if I don't need a lunch next time though. By the way, you did a great job with this lunch. But there's actually just one more thing that I'd like you to do instead next time.
Oh, really? Sure. What would you like me to do next time?
Well, the thing is, I think you packed quite a few foods from the freezer in here as well as some leftovers from last night. So maybe next time you can try and make something a little more fresh and not just what we've already made.
Oh, right. I'm sorry about that. I was kind of in a hurry today, so like I said, I just ended up throwing that lunch together. But next time I shouldn't be so rushed. I'll be sure to make you something special then.
Thank you so much. The lunches are just always so much better when I know that you made them the same day. Also, I think I want to try getting into soups. So you might want to go out and buy a thermos or something for me as well.
Got it. I will be sure and pick up everything you need the next time that I go to the store. I'll be sure to pick you out a nice thermos as well. By the way, do you know about what time you'll be coming home?
I think I should be getting out of here at the usual time, so I should be home at the normal time as well. Oh, and something else. I would really like some fish and vegetables for dinner tonight, if you think you can manage that.
Yeah, I'll be sure to get something going and have it ready for you tonight. Also, I was wondering if we were going to be visiting your parents this summer. I was thinking we could bring them some fruit or something if we went.
Oh, right. I don't really think we'll really have to do that.
Oh, I see. But I thought that you were going to go and visit your parents this year to mark the passing of your grandparents. Actually, if possible, I think I'd like to go and visit my parents' graves as well.
I'm not sure if we'll be able to do that this summer. I think if we went to go and see my parents, we should probably stay with them the whole time. But maybe we can find another time to go and see your parents' graves.
But surely we should have time to make it to see them in the afternoon, right?
I would really prefer to just take the time to be with my family and not run around everywhere. Besides, you know that my mom likes to have us over for dinner as well.
Oh, right. Well, I guess that makes sense. Okay then. I guess we'll go and visit my parents another day.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I think that would be best. But either way, you're a housewife. It's not like you don't have plenty of time every day to yourself. Maybe you could just go and visit the graves yourself while you're free one day. Hey Sally, I'm sitting down for lunch right now, and what the heck is this soup? I thought you said that you were going to get up in time to make me a proper lunch, but this one tastes really weird.
Oh yeah, I'm really sorry. We ran out of the broth that I usually use, so I had to replace it with some powder instead.
Come on, what is the matter with you? You're a housewife. You stay at home all day. How could you forget to get all the ingredients you would need to cook for me?
I really am sorry about this, Lawrence. It was a genuine accident.
I'm sorry, but you're going to need to do better than just apologize to me.
I really don't think that soup should be all that big of a deal. Do you?
It's not just about the soup, Sally. It's much, much bigger than this. You've been screwing up more and more lately. I just wish you'd take your chores a bit more seriously.
I really am sorry about this morning and the soup, but Lawrence, I feel like you've changed a bit since we got married. I don't know, before you would always just laugh stuff like this off and let it go.
Well, that was when you and I were dating, isn't that right? Of course things are going to change now that we're married.
But it feels like you've gotten colder. meaner since we got married. I mean, everyone makes mistakes, so why are you letting this upset you so much?
Sally, you do know that I go to work every single day, right? I work so that we can have a roof over our heads and food on our table. What do you do that makes you think you can talk to me this way, huh?
I really wasn't trying to talk down to you or anything like that if that's what it felt like.
All I'm saying is that a woman like you should really learn the proper way to treat her husband. The only response that you should be giving me at all is, yes, got it.
Lawrence, come on. You can't honestly think that's a fair way to go about this, right?
There you go again, talking back to me. I guess this means you've just lost $100.
I've lost $100? What does that even mean? What are you talking about?
Every time you talk back to me and argue with me, I'm going to give you $100 less to live on. So you'd better choose your words carefully.
Wait a second. You're going to punish me for talking to you by making me live on less and less?
There goes another $100 for you.
How can you do this to me? I haven't even done anything wrong. Why are you doing this?
I'm doing this so that you can finally learn how to be a good wife. I'm sick and tired of earning for a wife that doesn't show any gratitude to her husband.
But we take care of each other. It's not just you taking care of me, you know.
Oh, really? Then why is it that I'm the one who has to go into an office and work every single day to make money for us? All you do is sit around the house, barely keeping it in running order, while I'm out working myself to the bone. I'm sorry, but no matter how you try and parse this out, going to work 8 hours a day in an office is much worse than being a pampered housewife. So I think that any husband in my position, having to put up with a screw-up wife like you, would do the same thing.
Lawrence, please, I am really sorry that I forgot to buy everything that I needed at the store. But since I've already apologized, I don't see why you have to go through with this.
You really just don't get it, do you? You don't have a say in how you get punished. In fact, I'm going to take away $500 more from you. Next month, you're only getting $300.
$300? You mean you expect me to buy all the groceries, pay for the utilities, and everything else for $300?
That's right. Do you have a problem with that, Sally?
Well, it's just that I don't think that's going to be possible with so little money.
You do realize that all you're doing right now is complaining to me even more, don't you? You'll just have to learn to work with what I'm giving you.
Please, Lawrence, I really think that you need to give me more money if you want me to keep taking care of the house. I mean, you realize that if I don't have more money, that I won't be able to cook lunches that you'll enjoy, right?
And now, after all this, you dare and try to threaten me? I guess talking to me just wasn't enough for you, was it? But I'm not about to let myself get fooled by your tricks.
I'm not trying to trick you at all. I am telling the truth.
You know, you should consider yourself lucky that someone like me is even bothering to take care of some little orphan like you. I guess your parents must have died before they taught you how to be grateful to those providing to you. But let's make one thing clear. I married you because I thought you were quiet and could take care of the house.
Do you really mean that? Are those the only reasons that you wanted to marry me?
What are you talking about? Those are really important reasons. You don't make too much noise, and you do all right enough with the house to allow me to focus on my work.
I mean, I guess that's true, but I really don't like the way that you're talking to me.
You keep trying to make yourself the victim while blaming me, and you can't even see how horrible it is that you're really being. But no matter how nice and patient I am with you, you just refuse to learn. Well, now I'm going to have to train you until you do everything perfectly. So you better be prepared to live off $300 for the next month. I'd start saving my money now if I were you. Hey, I just wanted to let you know that I'm done with my work and I'm coming home now. And I don't want to be eating any leftovers for dinner tonight. So if you try to serve me what we ate last night, you're going to be in big trouble.
Lawrence, you've only given me $300 for the whole month. I can really only afford to make large meals and then spread them out over the week.
I didn't ask for any excuses. I just told you what I want to eat. Now you need to learn what it means to be a good housewife and quit acting like this.
I'm not acting like anything. You just haven't given me enough money.
Well, what about my dinner? What are you going to be making me tonight?
Well, we have some chicken that I was thinking of making into cutlets, maybe some vegetables.
Oh my gosh, what is with the Great Depression or something? Why are we eating like poor people? Honestly, just reading those messages was enough to make me lose my appetite. Is this all a game to you or something like that?
Lawrence, please, I've been skipping lunch just so that there would be enough food for us for dinner.
And why do you think that that's my problem? I told you that you're the house, and you need to figure out how to make the budget work. Besides, I wouldn't have had to take money away from you if you weren't always talking back to me.
I really am trying my best with what you've given me, but the fact is that we need more money if we want to eat well.
Okay, yeah, sure thing. I guess that's another $100 you're not getting now. So you'll have an even harder time next month. I mean, what is with you? Were you not paying attention in school? Did you hit your head when you were a kid or something?
Okay, you know what? If you don't want to eat it, then you don't have to. And since you have all the money that I'd normally spend on groceries, why don't you just go out for dinner?
Excuse me? Just what has gotten into you, Sally?
I mean that I have put a lot of thought into these meals to make the most out of what you gave me. I clipped coupons, went to the stores late to try and catch things being marked down. And I did my best not to waste any of the food that I came with, and even then you still have complaints for me.
You really are just unbelievable sometimes. Do you know that? I mean, really, what am I going to do with you? You can kiss another 300 goodbye. How dare you talk to me like this after I've had a long, hard day at the office? But fine, if this is how you're going to be, then I will go and eat it. I'll go and eat a nice fancy meal all by myself and come home. How do you like that?
Sounds good to me.
And you can just throw out that disgusting slop that you were going to try and feed me tonight. Don't you dare have any though. If I'm not eating, then you can't eat it. Do you understand?
That doesn't make any sense at all. I cooked this food, so why shouldn't I be able to eat it? That's just a waste of food if you're telling me to throw it all out.
I thought I told you that you were to stop talking back to me like this. That's another $100 taken away from you. When are you finally going to learn? If we're going to stay together as man and wife, you really have to get serious. Just use your head for once. I have to say that this breakfast was just one of the worst things that you've ever cooked for me. I mean, you didn't even cook. It was just cereal and fried eggs.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say. That's all we had.
And you didn't even make me anything for lunch either. You really are just the most useless wife. Do you know that? You're just lucky that I can't even take away any more money from you.
Yep, that's kind of how we got here.
Well, you realize that I would normally give you money for the month tomorrow, right? So what are you going to do now?
What do you mean, what am I going to do?
I mean, what are you going to do when you have no money to buy food at all? Maybe I can give you $100 if you apologize to me for all you've done. Because I don't know how you think you're going to make it with no money.
And just why should I apologize to you? You're the one who's taking away the money from me in the first place.
That's exactly what I'm saying. If you apologize to me, then I'll give you the money. Don't you understand? Honestly, what is with you, Sally?
Well, I don't really feel like apologizing, and I certainly don't need any money from you, thank you very much. In fact, I'd like to get a divorce, so goodbye and have a nice life.
Whoa, 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 a divorce? What are you talking about? You can't just say that and then say goodbye. What's the matter with you?
I don't really care what you have to say on the matter. The fact is that I want a divorce, and nothing is going to change my mind. And if you say that you won't go through with it, then I'll hire a lawyer and we'll just have to do it the hard way.
But wait, what do you mean? You're really going to leave me? Where are you even going to go? You don't have anywhere else to live.
Oh, I know you thought that was the case. You thought that holding on to a little orphan like me would be so easy, right? After all, my parents are dead, so where am I going to run to when things get bad, right?
I never said that at all. I'm just worried about you is all. I really don't get why you have to try and take things so far.
Oh, so you're only worried about me now? Is that what I'm hearing? Because you certainly didn't seem to be worried about me while you drove me into this position. But don't worry, I have plenty of places that I go. You don't need to lose even a second of sleep over it.
So then, you really mean it when you say that you want to divorce me?
Of course I do. Why would I lie about something like this? You criticize me all the time. Don't give me the money that I need to do what I do for us. Why would I want to stay with you another day? I would much rather just live on my own at this point.
You know that you'd disappoint my parents if they found out about this, right? Just think about it, all that my family has done for you.
Oh, I have told your parents about my decision to do this. I also told them all about the way that you've been acting. Both your parents said that they completely support me in leaving you. In fact, your mom even cried and apologized for the way you were treating me. So the only person who's disappointed your parents here is you.
Hold on a second. You mean that you talked to my parents about what I was doing? Why in the world would you do that?
You just hinted that they were going to find out anyways, so why wouldn't I tell them my side of the story? Besides, it's like you said, your parents did a lot for me and I wanted to give them a proper goodbye.
Well, I'm not going to go along with this. You won't get me to sign anything.
Why are you being like this, Lawrence? All you ever do is complain that I screw everything up. If you dislike how I do things that much, then go and find someone who makes you even happier, okay? Either that or go and hire a maid, since that's all you seem to think a wife is.
I don't get it. I don't think I've ever met anyone so ungrateful in my entire life. I work so hard to provide for you, and all I ask for is a clean house and 3 meals a day. You have no idea how good you had it.
How good can I have it when you won't even give me the money I need to do any of those things? You keep talking about how much you provide for me while you literally have taken away your end of the bargain.
Okay, fine. I'll give you the usual amount of money if we just set aside all this silly talk of getting divorced, okay?
I have already told you that I've made up my mind and I want the divorce. Nothing is going to change that.
But we've only been married for less than a year. Think of the rumors that are going to spread because of this.
You really do only think of yourself, don't you? You said yourself that the only reason you married me was because you wanted someone to do all the work that you didn't want to do. And that's why you picked me, right? It would be so easy to make a slave out of a girl with no parents, wouldn't it?
I never said anything about making you a slave, Sally. Look, maybe I've been hard on you lately. I understand that, and I'm sorry. So please, let's just make this up.
You really don't get this, do you? This isn't something that we're going to make up. This is the end of our marriage, and that's that. You used to be so kind and sweet, and now I see that that was only an act to make me fall in love with you. I see the truth now, and I'm not going to let myself get fooled again. After that, I did indeed have to hire a lawyer to force Lawrence through the divorce process. He was kicking and screaming the entire way, but in the end, we were finally able to end our marriage. I never once had any second thoughts or doubts about what I was doing. It was clear to me that Lawrence was the kind of guy who only saw a wife as an accessory or an extension of himself. While I wasn't doing it to get back at Lawrence further, there were friends of his who would contact me and ask me what happened to end our marriage. I gave them the truth, and eventually, that led to most of Lawrence's circle of friends learning about what kind of person he really was. He may have appeared to be a good man and husband on the surface, but he was really a manipulative and cruel man. As the rumors about Lawrence began to grow, I reached out to an aunt and asked if I could stay with her for a little bit. From her house, I found a job and was able to move into my own place and began living independently again. I've been enjoying my work and home life with no one there to complain about the way that I was doing things. I thought being married would fix my life and make me feel less lonely, but I realize now that it's not that simple. I'm going to focus on myself for now, but I know that I've learned many important lessons to carry with me into the next relationship, whenever that might be. As for Lawrence, I just hope that no one is ever unlucky enough to end up with him again. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.